Our next guest is the winner of our Wise Guys or Girl for a Day contest. He is a lifelong BYU fan, hails from Colorado Springs, and he's in our Provo studio tonight. Our pleasure to welcome Tim Filichia to the Wise Guys. He's settling into the hot seat, and then we'll slide him in here on camera and get going. Headsets on so you can hear us. Pull that microphone under your chin, and we'll be ready to go. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I'm doing good, yeah. A little bit of a trip over the mountains.
Yeah, you've come a few miles to be with us on the Wise Guys. And let's just get right to it. A few months ago, we asked Cougar fans to send us in their favorite BYU story or memory or moment. And you wrote about the Y logo.
Uh-huh.
So let's start with that one. What's that story?
So the Y logo that is so common today, that we see with the BYU and the Cougar that's coming over the top. Years ago when I was at BYU, and this was probably in 80, I think we finally found it in, I think it was 83.
Yeah.
End of 82 or 83. And I was selling monograms for a lady, and she was doing monograms for the bookstore and some other things. And she'd been down to the equipment room, and she met the gentleman who ran the equipment room, Floyd Johnson.
Floyd Johnson.
And on his desk, he had this sketch. And so I'm selling stuff, and the old Y with the Cougar over it, that was the big one that we were really moving. And so we were talking, and she goes, I saw a really cool one when I was down at the equipment room. I said, what'd it look like? And she kind of scratched it out, and I said, why aren't we doing that? She goes, oh, it's not ours. It's the equipment manager. I go, I'm going to go talk to him. So I did. I went in and I talked to Floyd and asked him if I could see his little sketch. And he brought it out, and I said, hey, have you thought of letting somebody use that? And he says, it's just a sketch. So I said, we can digitize it. We can put it on some stuff. I just need to know how much you want for it. He's like, you can have it. So we did. We took it and we put some stuff together. And I don't remember why. Somehow or another, I had the opportunity to be at an outing where there's a whole bunch of the BYU players. And I don't remember why I was there. But anyhow, there were several of them.
Yeah.
And I asked a couple of them. I had the logo, and I actually had a jacket where I had that on. I said, hey, would you guys be interested in having some jackets like this and wearing them around, and maybe we can get the coach to think about this? And they're like, that's so cool. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm down. We did the jackets for them, and I'm down by the equipment room, actually by the offices, by Coach Edwards' office.
Right.
And I'm down there, and I'm going to leave them there for them. And these guys show up. And so they come in, and everyone knows these people. So you have Leon White, you have Glenn Kozlowski, and you have Kurt Gouveia. They were the ones that were going to wear this stuff. So they show up. And I'm like, hey, I've got these for you. And I said, so wear them around, and let's see if we can talk to the coach. And they go, well, let's see what he says. And they literally opened the door into the team room. This was very different way back when. Yeah. This would never happen today. And I think it was Glenn. It might have been Kurt. And they go, hey, our friend Tim's got something to show you. Can we come in? He's like, yeah, bring him in. So I come in, and my entire spiel was, we make these. We'd like to see if you'd like them. And he just, I'm holding it up. He goes, you guys like them? They go, we love that. He's like, okay, we'll see what we can do. And so, they did. They did. Now, they didn't buy them as a whole that year, but the next year, the entire coaching staff had them.
Nice.
And so I actually have a couple.
Yeah, let's see what they look like.
Of the originals. This one here I did for my wife.
Wow. I remember that logo. Sure.
Yeah. So there was the logo, nice. And this was the one that was really hot at the time.
Yeah.
Until we used Floyd's.
So on the podcast, holding up a white jacket with the Y blue logo on the back and just over the
Yeah.
under the left shoulder, and now the royal blue.
I had a little boy.
Yeah.
And so, he's got to be a Cougar. And so we did this one for my son.
That's cool.
And this has passed down now through both of my boys and now to my grandson.
Nice.
And so when we were in Arizona a few weeks ago, I said, "Do you still got that jacket?" He goes, "Oh, yeah." I go, "It's coming with me."
Nice. So there it was born, right in front of the team. That's if you can get everybody, that's a great way to do your sales pitch, right in front of everyone.
Awesome. And it gets kind of funny. So I'm moving this stuff and I'm selling it to the bookstore, and it's all over the bookstore. And now they're screen printing it as well. People see it.
Yeah.
And so we were doing some stuff for the law school as well. And I hadn't sold that account, but the lady I was working with, she had sold it. But I'm delivering to the law school, and I've got all these boxes in the back of my Subaru. And down the stairs comes my neighbor, and she's an attorney for BYU. I have no idea what kind of an attorney she is.
You're about to find out.
And she sees these open boxes. She goes, "Hey, those are pretty cool." And I go, "Well, yeah, we just barely started this logo about a month ago or so." And she's like, "How come I haven't seen that? It's brand new." And she's like, No. How come I haven't seen it? So she was over like anything that represented BYU.
Your neighbor.
It has to clear BYU. Well, as a dumb student, I'm like, what's the problem? Plus the NCAA. And so, I'm like, I don't need any problems. So it was Floyd's. So we just said, "It's yours."
Nice.
I was getting ready to graduate.
It's important to know your neighbors, as we get out and get to know who's around us.
Of all the neighbors to have.
Right.
During your time at BYU, 77 to 85, with a mission in there, your quarterbacks were Gifford Nielsen, Mark Wilson, Jim McMahon, Steve Young, and Robbie Bosco.
Yeah, I actually started in 74. So
you had maybe the tail end of Gary Scheide.
I did. I actually went to that bowl game.
What was that period like?
It was long because I was doing everything but going to school.
I was going to ask you that. It is almost a decade.
I was there forever. It was fun. It was fun. My normal job was I worked in the barbershop at BYU.
Yeah.
And so that was great because it was just like this show. We talked BYU sports from 8 in the morning until we left. And I would jump back and forth to class, during the week. My boss was real good about that. But that's all we did. And so we had a number of the athletes come in.
We figured that the McCann boys were in under your watch.
They were.
You had to deal with me.
I probably cut your hair a time or two.
Probably. I was just a squirrely, wiggly dude. But we were in there not every Saturday morning, but when we got haircuts, we were in there on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, we loved when people came in on Saturday, unless it was 4:30.
Unless it was 4:30. Who was the most famous person that you cut their hair?
Stephen Covey.
Stephen Covey?
Because Gary, the owner of the shop, always cut Stephen's hair, but it didn't take a lot of effort or skill. And Gary was out. I think he had hip surgery or something, and so he was out for a little extended period. And Stephen came in, and I was up.
The rest is history.
Yeah. So,
do you ever make like deals or incentives with the players? Like, hey, if you guys, every game you win, I'll give you a free haircut.
No, there was no such thing as NIL back then. And, we had, Dave, you'll remember this. We had these large posters. I mean, they were huge posters on the wall. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We had Devin, we had Danny, Fred, Giff, Jim. They were big posters on the wall. And so the players would come in, and they'd be like, "How do I get up there?" And we're like, "Well, look who's up there."
You got to be that good. Right. Not everyone gets up there.
Yeah.
BYU fan and Wise Guy or Girl for a Day winner, Tim Filichia on the Wise Guys, presented by Brady Plus, Mountain America Credit Union, and Eddie, and distributed by the Deseret News. There's another great story, and then we're going to get your we got 5 questions for you, which will be fun. But let's go back to Saturday, October 8th. 1977, BYU's playing at Oregon State on the same day as your wedding reception in Idaho. The radio is the only place you can find this game, and Paul James is on the call. So what do you do?
So You are absolutely right. First of all, I don't know. I'm sure my wife is watching this, so I'm going to pay a price. What were we thinking on a game weekend?
Yeah, I wanted.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
I
show.
didn't want to be rude, but I was.
But we
I
did get married on Friday.
Got married on Friday.
So that was a smart thing.
So this is Saturday.
This is Saturday, and we're up in Shelley, Idaho. And I know there's a game, and I'm just thinking, well, KSL, 50,000 watts, we'll get it. No, not in Shelley. So we're trying every way to get it, and finally we get in my in-laws' Chevy Caprice Classic.
Okay.
And we can kind of hear it. And so we're driving back and forth, and finally my brother-in-law and I were sitting in the car, and we get in a certain situation on the front lawn.
And you're in your
on
tuxedos.
the grass, in tuxes, on the lawn. And we didn't know that my father-in-law, his father, had just irrigated the lawn.
Yeah. Well, who knew? How could you know?
So we're there, and we're getting good reception. So we're not moving. This is the afternoon.
And then your wife gets in the car.
Oh, she's coming out like, hey, we got to get this reception down. There we go. Game's on. And my other brother-in-law's there too, and he's trying to listen.
So you got 4 people in this car.
Yeah, well, my wife didn't spend too much time there because she needed to be done. Somebody had to help.
All right, so you listen to this game, and then something happens to Gifford.
Gifford gets hurt, and we were leading.
Blows out his knee.
Blows out his knee. He's done for the year, so we're devastated. I don't think we listened to the end of the game. We're devastated, and we go into our
reception
that evening, and everybody's so happy. Everyone loves my wife. They're from that area. And you have all the groomsmen.
Sad.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to be happy. And they go, this is such a great day. You married this wonderful girl. And I'm like, yeah. They go, you look like you're sad. Giff got hurt. It just became part of the conversation.
Everyone who's laughing on the stream and on the podcast knows that you would do the exact same thing. This just happens to actually have happened. And then your father-in-law wasn't too happy about what?
No, he was so mad because he had these huge divots in the lawn, and they didn't go away. They're just there because when we got that car out, it really left divots. Yeah,
that's an awesome
story.
And
they sat there for years.
I have so much respect for your wife. I've never even met her. Just for that to be allowed to have happened.
Can I tell you an even more impressive Cougar story?
Sure.
I proposed to my wife at Cougar Stadium.
Nice.
Not during a game. Back when it was held about 35,000 and had the track in it.
There's track, well.
Yep.
So you snuck in or what?
No, we were just outside.
Yeah.
Just outside it.
By the Cougar? Was the Cougar there?
No, on the opposite side of the Cougar, on the west side, on the east side. That's where I proposed to her.
LaBelle Stadium had a track.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Back before it was expanded.
Way back when.
And so she said yes, and that's where it all started.
She said, as long as we can go to games, yeah.
Nice.
So
that sounds like a good deal.
Yes, yeah.
It was awesome.
Derek is on the stream from Cherry Grove, South Carolina. Russ from Naperville, Illinois, as we're listening to this great story from Tim Filichia out of Colorado Springs. After BYU, we're in the Army, then Arizona, and the last 12 years we've been in Colorado Springs as a financial advisor. What has BYU Sports meant to you?
People make fun of me because my hobbies are either attending a BYU game or watching them. I do a lot with voice as well. But people kind of make fun. They go, so that's what you're doing this weekend? Yeah, we're driving to Provo. It's been a lot of fun. My brother-in-laws and I, our sons, now my son-in-laws, everyone really enjoys following the team. And it's just been a lot of fun over the years. It used to be when I was working at the Barbershop, people would come in and they'd ask you. They'd say, hey, what's going to happen this week? In fact, KSL came in one time and asked us before a Utah game. And they said, what do you predict the score to be? Probably 50-6. And I think that week it was 56-6.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was, yeah. I was just kind of fun, just the crazy things that would take place, and it was everything.
Merrill Frost on the stream says, I love Gary. He was my grandfather's barber who taught at BYU. And then Ruth says, when our oldest son was married, we watched the BYU game during the wedding breakfast. Our daughter-in-law's mom was so mad. Nice job, Ruth. Way to represent.
I love it. I love it. You have to have it. You have to have it going.
That's good stuff. Now, there's not a lot of BYU sports news in the media around Colorado, but you do get Wise Guys on Monday night, and I understand you've made that a family tradition, which we love.
Yeah, we do. Actually, our ward has a ton of Cougar fans.
Yeah.
One of my good friends happens to be our stake president, was our bishop, our stake president. And so Sunday is measured by Cougar Saturday. Whether it should be or shouldn't.
As when it comes to happiness and general countenance, is that right?
Overall.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
true.
it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. And there are a lot of fans in that area. So when we first moved there, I didn't think there would be, but there are. There are a lot of loyal Cougars there.
Well, good. And one thing that sports does, and we've noticed that as we've traveled, is it is the unifier. It is the connector. No matter where even looking at our live stream, no matter where you're at in the world, Cougar Sports connects, and it's been impressive to see and participate in. And so we're glad that you've made Wise Guys part of your life over there. We'll keep cranking it out as long as you're listening.
Yeah, we're listening. We'll be at a few games, as many as we can get to. My son and I, our youngest son, we always try to get to one a year, and we missed last year. But we always try to get up to one.
What's the one this year? What's your target?
Yeah, we'd love to come to the Utah one.
Yeah,
if we can possibly find some tickets.
Well,
my son-in-law wants to come. Everyone wants to come.
Yeah, that's going to be that'll be one to be at. And there are seats. They haven't put the individual tickets up for sale yet for the Utah game, but they will at some point. And so, just keep tabs. We'll try to keep you in the loop too, because that's an October night. That's going to be awesome. The weather will be just right.
Any of them are great. It's just the stadium. It's just awesome.
5 questions for Tim, presented by Strategy Square. Let Chantal help your company's social media footprint grow. You can reach her at strategysquare.co. Bilo, you ready?
I'm ready.
These are rapid fire. You know the show, and so you know what's coming.
Okay.
All right.
Favorite sports movie?
Probably Remember the Titans.
Yep, that's a popular one. That's the common one.
Okay.
All right, number 2, favorite singer or band?
Okay. So
What do you mean,
I'm gonna
okay?
give you.
You
No, I'm a vocalist.
You will
So-
be judged. You will be judged.
So this is my favorite singer, and I have a lot of favorite singers, but my favorite,
You'll be judged.
Donny Osmond.
There's nothing wrong with that.
From my generation, it's like,
Have you seen his show in Vegas?
yeah, we've been.
That's the
he's
crazy.
great.
We've been.
He's great.
Incredible
That's
show,
crazy.
but
That's the
just
crazy one.
his tone and what he can do is unbelievable.
Is that the crazy guitar dude?
Donny
Donny
Osmond?
Osmond?
It's not
No.
the crazy guitar
Oh.
dude.
I bet.
Kind of a crazy keyboard.
You know what I'm talking
player.
about, right? The guitar.
Yeah,
No,
I
he's a
don't.
vocalist.
Never mind.
The first concert I ever saw at the Marriott Center was the Osmonds,
We were there.
and they were great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And he's still cranking it out down in Vegas.
Great
All right,
show,
so
man.
Donny Osmond. Okay.
When I think about Ozzy Osbourne,
Below, the only thing they have in common is the O in their last name.
my bad. That's my bad. I'll take that. That's my bad. Okay,
love
number 3, favorite breakfast cereal.
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Oh, yeah.
I really don't eat very much breakfast cereal. Probably the one I like the most was the one with the crunchy oats and stuff in it.
Honey Bunches of Oats?
Yeah, Honey Bunches of Oats is probably the one I like the most.
Okay. All right. There's no shame in that.
No, there's no shame.
Just
Just
writing it down
not a lot
for-
of excitement.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, number 4, favorite BYU quarterback.
I love them all, but I was here during the Steve Young era, and it was
Young.
special. And it was a special time.
What was so great about Steve Young? I just talked to him the other day. I know there's so many things great about him. What did you think was so great?
The thing I loved about Steve was you never knew what was coming next. I mean, he could thread a needle, he could throw that ball, or he could just shake somebody and go for 30, 40, 50. He was so fun to watch. He was really the first. I mean, Jim ran, and Jim was fun, but not like Steve. I mean, Steve was just phenomenal to watch.
Yeah, sure was. Even in the NFL, where he got better, he just kept getting better.
Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area. I grew up watching Steve
So
Young
good
as a kid.
Yeah. And I hate to name just one because
Well, I know because you saw them all.
So many great ones.
And every one of them, even Max on earlier tonight, or Ty, it's just every one of them's got their own unique place.
So great
in this history. By the way, before we get to number 5, Idaho Cougar fan said, I must have written that wrong. Merrill Frost taught at BYU and is my grandfather who went and got his hair cut at your place. Okay. I wanted to get that straight for you. Thank you. Okay. All right, number 5.
Number 5. Favorite BYU sports achievement from the last year? That could be recruiting, could 11-2.
You know, I love what the basketball team did. And I hate to use this term, but I'm going to. The beatdown of Colorado after all that hype going into that game was so
good.
That's
good.
It was so well done. It's
like the perfect game, right? It was like almost.
No one knew we were in that game until it was over.
That's true. The announcers did.
The announcers sure did. I remember it was 2/3 the way through, and I think one of them said, BYU's got a pretty good team.
Yeah.
And the score was way out of reach. Yeah.
That was something else. So that one trumps the year. That was a big night.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite. I love what the basketball team did, and the football team had so many great things, but that was just so. It was so apropos, and I like Coach Prime, but it was just so great.
Yeah,
I think
especially over there in Colorado.
You know what it does too, because of all the hype and how many eyeballs are on.
Oh, yeah.
On Coach Prime. You just knew that the entire nation was going to be locked in, and so I think as BYU fans, it gave us that, not only the validation, but it kind of gave us that walk like. Our stuff doesn't stink for the first time all season, outside of not making the college football playoffs and not getting the respect. We were like, look, we got something good over here too.
Yeah, it was an awesome evening. It was hard to go to sleep that night.
Yeah. The post-game show went on forever because all the players want to do interviews when they win.
Yeah.
So we just kept cranking it out. Yep. That was a great night. We look forward to the new season. It's so glad that you could get here, and you're the first of our Wise Guys audience to come be on the show, and we want to do it all the time. We want to put everyone on, whether it's a Zoom or whatever, and we'll do more contests because this show is just an extension of the alumni base and the fan base, and a chance on Monday night just to get together and shoot the breeze about things that matter to us. And most of it is sports, but a lot of times we dive into other stuff too because we can.
Yeah. Thank you very much for letting me come over and tell this crazy story. It's just, I have no idea how many years, 74, so what are we talking here? 50? 50 years of Cougar sports.
Yeah, 51 maybe?
Yeah, just a long time, and I know my family gets tired of stories and stuff, but they're so fun.
You have good ones, though.
Yeah.
You have good stories.
And now you can send your family this link, and they can hear you tell the stories.
They can.
And they can just watch it over and over and over and over.
Okay.
Good to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate
Tim Filichia
it.
from Colorado Springs, our Wise Guys for a Day winner, and so good to have him here on the show.
Are these ours?
Those are yours.
Those are hey,
Those are yours.
Nice.
So you guys can play with them. I've got a second one here for you, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you.
This was something we put together a few years ago after I got shut down for the BYU. You can't trademark Brigham.
Smite 'em, brethren.
Smite 'em, brethren.
That's what we got going on here.
Yeah, so when we would do the Utah games, we'd be out in the parking lot selling those puppies.
Oh, good. Can people still buy them? Do you still got them available?
Get a hold of you, and you can get a hold of me. Yeah, I still
Or do you
have
have
some.
you have a website you want to put out there?
No.
Or just have people get a hold of us?
No, if we get enough
That's an
interest, yeah,
honorary
we'd start
Brigham
it
right
off.
there.
Isn't it awesome?
I wouldn't want to deal with him. That's great. Thanks for bringing that.
I'm gonna wear this tomorrow on Sports Nation.
And thanks for coming.
There you go. Okay, thank
All
you
right,
so
pleasure
much.
to meet you.